Good morning, everybody. It's Melanie coming to you from the Outer Banks, North Carolina. And so I've decided to do a series of teaching videos that have something to do with teaching, like real life stuff. And so today we're making juice, and this is my juicer. It's a high-speed juicer. I get it. I know they're not the best, but for our family, it's working right now. And we just bought it in January, and I didn't want to throw it away. It's good. It still works, right? So this is how quickly it is to set up. It definitely takes a lot longer to clean, but it's worth it in the end. Our family started adding a juice a day and a salad a day to our regimen, like 95% of the meals or days. I would even say 98%. So I got another bowl to put all my fruit in as I'm going and cutting. So this is my bowl of fruit that I have to prepare. And this is what we're going to be doing and talking about today as I chop fruits and vegetables. So something that came to me while I was doing yoga this morning was sometimes we have blocks that come along on our path and on our journey. And so for me, for example, my block this morning was recurring nerve pain that I've had since herniating multiple discs in my back from horseback riding falls when I was younger, pretty much a kid. And so this morning I went to go do yoga, and I did my first, arms up over the head, take the breath, and it just shot up my spine, and it was really sudden and really painful. And I was like, oh. And then I'm like, well, I'm not going to stop doing my yoga because of one little pain. And so at that moment, I could have stopped. At that moment, I could have said, nope, I need to rest. My back says, nope, I can't do it. And instead, I was like, well, maybe there's a way that I can work through this pain, work through this blockage. And so I continued to do my sun salutations. I modified by going slower. I continued to give thanks and gratitude for my day. And I modified a little bit of the poses. But then all of a sudden I was like, wow, it's so much better. I'm able to move. This is great. And the thought came to mind, sometimes we have blockages. And sometimes you can't directly move through them. You need to go around. You need to be gentle. You need to do it a different way. You will get the same result, but you just might need to go about it in a different way than you had originally planned. And so I guess that's a message today with blockages, because also symbolically, I woke up and found out one of my YouTube videos had been taken down because I talked about my journey with COVID. So for this juice, by the way, we have carrots, we have apples, we have cucumber. I'm now chopping up into smaller chunks just because the blade's getting a little dull. My ginger, and put that to the side. I'm going to chop up some turmeric root. And so ginger and turmeric are both life-giving herbal medicines, and a little bit a day is going to help prevent illness, infection, all the things. And it's going to just supercharge your little body. So these are oranges. This is how we cut them, kind of like a fillet. Chris's fillet skills have always come in handy since going to vegan. He was an avid fisherman for 6 years. But sometimes we need changes in our lives, and through those changes, beautiful things are able to take place and happen that you never could have imagined happening before living the same life that you'd always been living. That's also coming up a lot right now for people, especially those in the military. I feel for you all, and I'm so sorry that you're going through it. People that do not want to be vaccinated are being forced to walk away from years of training, years of dedication, years of giving their entire lives away to the military, are being told, get the vaccine or get out, and no, we won't be kind to you. And we deserve medical freedom here. We all do. I don't care what the media tells you. I don't care what your friends or neighbors are telling you. If you don't feel comfortable with putting a chemical in your body that doesn't align with your beliefs, values, religion. Oh no, I put that in the wrong place. I have a like composty pile here. So with grapefruit, you want to cut off as much of the white as possible. Oranges, it doesn't matter if you leave it on because it's not bitter, but with grapefruits, it's really bitter. So that's like tip number one. If you're ever going to juice grapefruits, you have to take off the peel and as much of it as you can. It leaves a little bit on, but my kids eat it off when they get up, so it is what it is. I don't know exactly where I was at with this conversation, but that's okay. To the military people. Medical freedom, your body, your choice. And if it means that you need to walk away from something that you've been attached to, and this could go for anything. If you are getting ready to walk away from something huge in your life that has been a huge part of your life for a very long time, and I totally understand what this feeling is like because I was a nurse for a long time, and I went to school for it, and I educated myself in my off hours about it, and I learned as much as I could about it. If you're vested in something, but it doesn't align with who you are, don't do it. It goes against your soul, it goes against your divine plan, and it could go for anything. If you don't align with something, say no, because it will tell you how much you don't align with it that much harder, and it will make your life miserable until you figure it out. Sorry, that's the truth of the matter. I always add a lemon, or I usually add 2 lemons because we have a lot of people. This is also highly contagious. That's what the word came to mind. This wants to fight all the bad, yucky stuff in your body, and it's been proven to really help increase immunity and decrease bad pathogens floating around. Also, you don't want to eat as much of the white part on these as well, so it'll make your juice bitter if you do. If you really like bitters, So welcome and thank you for joining. I don't know. I think I was telling you guys about my YouTube video that got censored. Maybe I never got to that part, but I had a YouTube video that I woke up to this morning about my journey with coronavirus, my healing journey with a certain something that I'm not going to mention because if I mention it, they are going to take it down. Because my personal experience and my personal opinion on my own personal experience is considered false information. How do you like them apples, guys? I don't even know how things are working these days, or like how I can't even have an opinion about my own personal journey. So that was my blockage this morning. I was a little frustrated. And the message was clear on the porch in my yoga tradition was sometimes we get blockages, but it just means you have to move forward in a different way that you hadn't originally planned to do. And so I'm now doing these instructional how-to videos and lacing them with a bit of education in regards to what this planet is going through at this particular point in time. I guess we'll just have to call the thing that we're not allowed to mention, you know what, or you know who in Harry Potter. We'll call it like Carrie. I feel bad if your name's Carrie. Maybe we'll call it the Voldemort. We'll call it Voldemort. All right, so that works. That totally works. There's V's and all that stuff. So by talking about Voldemort in code, we're going to trip the robots up. They're not even going to know. This last ingredient is my favorite to put in juice. This is a melon. This is an orange dew melon. And I'm going to put you all on pause for just a moment. All right, so you got to scoop out the innards. The innards, the seeds. And I just throw them, if I had property and land, I would totally compost. But alas, I don't. So I have to make changes, and that's okay. Hello, Miss Scarlet. Got a kiddo up. So, by referring to the thing as Voldemort, it's basically just a villain. It is the villain to this story, and it's not even alive. However, the people controlling the whole idea of it are, or maybe they're not, maybe they're robots, who the hell knows? Who cares? Nobody cares. This is also like a fillet technique. I'm not as good as Mr. Christopher, but it's as good as it's going to get today. Chop it in half, stick it in the pot. So yeah, it's just a villain, and unfortunately we can't mention its name because of the villain supporters that go around and check for this stuff. I totally feel like I'm living in the Matrix movie where those robots are flying around and they're like going after the people in the tunnels and stuff. It totally feels like that on so many levels. But that way we can discuss what's going on. And so the most important thing that we need to be doing right now is getting our body healthy. This juicer cost me $60 at Walmart. I know I shouldn't be supporting Walmart because they're a bunch of crooks and their wealth is out of control, and they could easily give $1 billion to every single person on this planet. But anyways, got it for $60 at Walmart. So yes, fruit is expensive, but the more you invest in your health, the less you will eat the other expensive food that you buy, steaks and processed ingredient foods and going out to dinner all the time. Eventually that will stop. And so it ends up being like a neutral shift of financial investment either way. So you can invest in your health in a good way, or you can invest in your health in a bad way. And it's up to you. Your choice. Doesn't matter which direction you go, but you're the one that's going to be paying the consequences. And so if you're somebody that's scared of Voldemort, if you're somebody that's sitting in your house depressed all the time because of Voldemort and everything that Voldemort has done and how it's totally changed and ruined your life, and nothing's the same, and blah, 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 blah. If you're sitting there complaining about it, instead of complaining, take action and get yourself healthy. 78% of the people that die from Voldemort are obese. No, I'm sorry. 78% of people that die from Voldemort, which probably is true actually, but the statistic was 78% that die with 4 comorbidities. Comorbidities means that they have diseases besides the one that they died from. So heart disease, lung disease, what else disease? Heart disease, lung disease, diabetes, endocrine disease, kidney disease, which is a cause of heart disease. Any of these things, those are what they're actually dying from, and Voldemort just pushes them over the edge. It's not Voldemort that's killing people. It's the state of their body at this time and at this place. So with all that said, invest in your health by fruiting and juicing and vegetabling and salading, and eventually the other stuff will taper. But if you start adding in all those things, your body's going to change, your DNA is going to change, everything's going to get right in your world in here, and it's going to feel so much better. So with that said, I'm going to make the juice and I'll get back on with you guys. So we are all done juicing, and now I just take it out of this big old bowl and put it in my mason jars. I like to drink 32 ounces of juice a day, but sometimes it's only 16 ounces and sometimes it's none. But it's rare because when I stopped juicing, that's when I got Voldemort in my home and with my family. We stopped juicing for about a month. It's like, I could just do it every once in a while. And I don't trust that anymore. So, this is the juice. And because it is a high a high-speed juicer. Oh, I forgot a ginger. Oh no. Wow. All right, so I'm gonna throw this in there real quick. I don't think it'll do very good, so I don't have a chaser for it. Whee! All right. So a juice a day, a salad a day will change your life. You can't drink the naked juices at the store. That's owned by Coca-Cola. That's not real juice. It's got to be fresh juice. And you want to drink it within 30 minutes of making it. However, some people keep it in the fridge for a couple of days. If I make a huge batch, I will save some, but I try to drink it within 24 hours. So now I've got some for my friend Scotty, who's coming to pick me up. And got some for my husband, who I'm going to go see. I play music every Saturday and Sunday at Lighthouse Bagels and Deli, but this is the last weekend because it's going to get like it's going to be not busy anymore. So cheers, Scarlett. There's your juice. Oh, one thing I was saying, because this is a high pressure juicer, this will separate. If you get a mastication juicer or a cold press juicer, the fruit pulp and stuff and the fibers and all the things that are in this won't separate. It'll all stay together. So those are the differences. This is much faster than the mastication juicer, but it is what it is. I hope you all have a great day. I got to get cleaned up. Remember, don't be scared of Voldemort. You want to be eating fresh fruits, drinking your juices, getting your salad, your dark leafy greens, and that's what's going to change your life. The fear won't change you. It'll leave you stuck in place. Don't allow the blockages to keep you stuck either. Make sure to change what you're doing, change it up, and flow through it in a different direction than what you would have imagined before. I thought I was going to be making artwork videos, and here I am teaching people how to make laundry soap and juice and how to step back into their power. So with all that said, peace, love, namaste, adios, guys.